You're sitting there wondering what went wrong. You've given her your time, your energy, your love, and yet something feels missing. She doesn't look at you the way she once did. Her words don't carry the warmth they used to. The silence between you feels heavier than her presence. And the worst part? You can't quite put your finger on it, but deep down you know she doesn't respect you anymore. Brother, I know that ache. That sinking feeling when you're next to the woman you care about, yet you feel completely invisible. It's like you're pouring water into a bucket with holes. You give and give, but nothing ever feels enough. You catch yourself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying every conversation, every fight, every cold shoulder, trying to figure out what you did wrong. Why does she treat you like this? Why does it feel like you're no longer the man in her eyes, but just someone she tolerates? This, right here, is the pain that cuts the deepest. It's not when she's angry, not when she yells, not even when she argues. At least then, there's passion, there's fire. The real hurt comes when she stops respecting you, when she looks through you instead of at you, when your opinions, your presence, your efforts feel like background noise to her life. That's when you start to question yourself. Am I not enough? Am I losing her? Or worse, have I already lost myself trying to keep her? And let's be real, respect is the foundation of love. Without respect, her love starts to fade. Without respect, her attraction begins to die. Without respect, you become just another option instead of her priority. You feel it in the way she talks to you, the way she dismisses you, the way she gives her energy to everyone else but saves the cold silence for you. But here's the truth. You are not crazy for noticing it. You are not weak for feeling it. You are not alone in this. Millions of men go through this silent heartbreak every day, yet nobody talks about it. They just bury the pain, hoping things will magically get better. But not you, not today. Because in this video, we're going to talk about the one thing that hurts a woman the most when she doesn't respect you, and why understanding this truth might just change everything for you. Picture this. It's late at night, and you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling. The glow from your phone lights up the room. Screen after screen of unread notifications, memes from the group chat, some random emails, a sports update. But not a single message from her. You scroll back up, checking the last thing you sent her. Hey, did you get home safe? Sent 3 hours ago, still left on delivered. You remember a time when she would text back instantly, even if it was just a heart or a laughing emoji. Now, silence. You keep refreshing the screen, hoping maybe she'll finally reply, but deep down you know she saw it, she just chose not to respond. And that choice, it burns more than any harsh word ever could. Your chest feels heavy, like you're carrying a weight no one else can see. You turn to your side, staring at the empty space where she used to curl up against you. It almost feels colder now, as if the room itself knows something is missing. You pull the blanket tighter, but it doesn't help. What you're really missing is her warmth, her energy, the way she used to make you feel like the most important man in the world. And then the thought creeps in, what changed? You start replaying the past few months in your head. The nights when she used to call just to hear your voice, compared to now, when even getting her attention feels like begging. The mornings when she'd compliment you on your shirt or the way you smelled, compared to now, when she hardly even looks up from her phone. It's not that she stopped loving you overnight. No, love doesn't usually die all at once. It's slower than that. It fades little by little, every time respect slips away. You notice it in her tone, the way she cuts you off mid-sentence, the way she rolls her eyes at your opinions, the way she talks down to you instead of with you. It's death by 1,000 little cuts, and you feel every single one. You think about the man you were when she first met you, the man who had drive, confidence, a spark in his eyes. And now you look at yourself in the mirror and wonder, does she even see you anymore? Or does she just see the version of you who keeps bending, who keeps shrinking, who keeps waiting around for a text that may never come? And that's the moment it hits you. It's not the silence that hurts the most, it's the loss of respect. Because once respect is gone, everything else starts to follow. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. If she doesn't respect you anymore, what do you think that really means about where this relationship is heading? There's a hidden truth that most men overlook, not because they're blind, but because they're in love. And love, when it's real, can make you ignore the signs that are right in front of you. You see, a woman's respect for a man is not about fear, it's not about dominance, and it's not about control. Respect is about the way she looks at you when you're not even paying attention. It's the tone in her voice when she says your name. It's the quiet trust she has that you'll follow through, that you'll stand tall, that you'll keep being the man she first believed in. And when that respect fades, it hurts her more than she will ever admit. Because here's the paradox. When a woman no longer respects the man she's with, she doesn't just lose faith in him, she starts losing faith in herself. She begins to question her own choice. Why did I choose him? Did I settle? Did I bet on the wrong man? That thought eats at her quietly, like water dripping on stone. Every sigh, every eye roll, every cold shoulder. It's not just frustration at you, it's disappointment at herself for once believing in something she no longer sees. That's the part most men don't understand. Her distance isn't always about you failing. It's about the mirror she's holding up to herself. And that's why it cuts her deeper than anger, deeper than fights. Anger is still an engagement, but disrespect is the beginning of emotional death. Now here's where the philosophy becomes practical. If you want to shift everything starting today, you must stop chasing her respect like a starving man chases crumbs. Respect is not begged for, it is commanded through the way you live. The greatest tragedy is when a man tries to win back a woman's respect by shrinking even smaller, by becoming more agreeable, more desperate, more available. That never works. It only confirms what she already feels, that you've lost your center. So what's the takeaway? It's simple, but not easy. Return to yourself. Today, not tomorrow, not when she notices, but right now. Respect is born when you live by your values, not her moods. When you stand firm in who you are, instead of bending to who she wants you to be. When you can look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of the man I am, whether she claps for me or not. Because here's the truth, brother. A woman may love many men in her lifetime, but she will only truly respect the man who respects himself first. And that respect, that unshakable presence, hurts her the most to lose. So the question becomes, are you willing, starting today, to stop waiting for her to hand you respect and start living in a way that makes it impossible not to see? Let me ask you something. Have you ever been with a woman and suddenly felt like something changed? Maybe she still talks to you, still sits next to you, still goes about life with you, but deep down you sense it. Something's off. Her energy isn't the same. Her words don't carry the same warmth. Her eyes don't light up when she looks at you. You can't quite explain it, but you feel it. And here's the painful part. Most men don't even realize what's really happening in that moment. They blame stress, they blame work, they tell themselves she's just tired, things will get better. But the truth? Things don't get better, they usually get worse. Why? Because what hurts a woman the most isn't always what you think. It's not the argument, it's not the misunderstanding, it's not even the mistake you made that one night you regret. No. What hurts her the most is something much deeper, something that takes root slowly, quietly, until it finally changes the way she sees you altogether. But before I explain what that is, I want you to pause and think about this. Think about the way you felt the last time she dismissed your opinion. You tried to speak, but she cut you off. You tried to share, but she rolled her eyes. You tried to give, but she made it seem small, as if it didn't matter. That sting you felt, that lump in your throat, that moment of silence where you thought, "Why do I even try?" That's not random. That is the symptom of something much bigger. And here's what most men don't realize. Once that dynamic takes root, a woman can stay in the relationship. She can laugh, she can smile, she can even tell you she loves you, but something inside her is already dying. Now here's where it gets interesting, because if you're like most men, you probably think, okay, so if she's losing respect, I'll just try harder, I'll give her more, I'll be extra kind, I'll prove I'm good enough. But that's exactly what pushes her further away. And if you don't understand why, you'll keep running in circles, more exhausted, more confused, more broken, until one day she finally says the words you always feared. "I just don't feel the same anymore." But let me tell you something. You don't have to wait until that day. Because there is one truth, one shift, that changes everything. It's not about working harder, not about bending more, not about giving until you're empty. No. It's about something far simpler, but also far stronger. And I'll reveal it in just a moment. But before I do, I want you to really sit with this question. Why do you think her silence hurts more than her anger? Why do you think her cold indifference feels worse than any fight you've ever had? Why do you think being ignored cuts deeper than being yelled at? The answer to that question is the key, because once you understand it, you'll see the pattern behind every distance, every disconnect, every cold shoulder. You'll finally see why she acts the way she does, not because she's heartless, not because she's cruel, but because something in the foundation of your connection has shifted. And here's the loop I want you to hold in your mind as we move forward. When a woman loses this one thing, it doesn't just change the way she sees you. It changes the way she sees herself. And that, my brother, is why it hurts her the most. So stay with me. Because in the next part of this video, I'm going to break down exactly what that one thing is, how you'll know when it's slipping, and, most importantly, how you can shift it back before it's too late. Because once you see it clearly, you'll never unsee it again. Brother, let's bring this full circle. We started this conversation with the quiet pain, the kind that creeps into your nights, into your thoughts, into your chest. That deep ache you feel when the woman you love no longer looks at you with respect. And maybe, as you've listened, you've recognized yourself in these words. Maybe you've thought, that's me. That's exactly what I'm living right now. If that's the case, I want you to take a deep breath. Because yes, it hurts. Yes, it's heavy. But it's also not the end of your story. Here's the truth that no one tells you. Her respect does not define your worth. Let me say that again. Her respect, or lack of it, does not define your worth as a man. It may feel like it does, because respect is the oxygen of love. Without it, the relationship suffocates. But you are more than one relationship. You are more than one woman's opinion. You are more than the version of yourself that shrank to keep her comfortable. What hurts her the most when she doesn't respect you is that she begins to lose faith, not just in you, but in the image she once believed in. And while that may cut you to the bone, it should also wake you up. Because respect isn't something you beg for. Respect isn't something you negotiate for. Respect is something you embody. It flows from the inside out. So instead of asking, how do I make her see me differently? Start asking, how do I see myself differently? Do you follow your word? Do you lead your life with purpose? Do you hold yourself to the standard you secretly wish she held you to? That is where respect begins, not with her, but with you. And here's where it flips. When a man reclaims his own respect, when he walks tall again, not arrogant, not desperate, but grounded, something shifts. Women feel it. The world feels it. You feel it. Because you stop living for scraps of validation and you start living from a place of strength. That's when you become magnetic again. Not because you're trying to impress her, but because you've returned to yourself. So hear me clearly. You are not broken. You are not less of a man because she pulled back. You are a man standing at a crossroads. One path is to keep shrinking, keep waiting for what should be freely given. The other path? To rise. To decide that today you respect yourself enough to stop chasing someone who no longer sees your light. To respect yourself enough to rebuild the man you once were, and then go even further. And if she can't see it, if she can't honor it, then that's her loss. Because the greatest pain for a woman isn't just when she doesn't respect you, it's when she realizes too late that she let go of a man who finally learned how to respect himself. So as you leave this video, take this with you. The respect you seek starts with the man in the mirror. Build him, strengthen him, stand by him, and watch how everything else begins to shift. Because you deserve a love that honors you. You deserve a woman who doesn't just say she loves you, but shows it in the way she looks at you, trusts you, and stands beside you. But first, you must give that love and that respect to yourself. And when you do, brother, you won't just change how she sees you, you'll change how you see the entire world. So here's my final question for you. Are you ready to stop waiting for her respect and finally start living like the man who already has it? Because that's where the next chapter begins.